Hello to 5th grade. Miss Wallace here, live from my house. If you've been going on any bear hunts, got you set up there. You can add that one to your tally. So this week is my last week as the Payne Elementary music teacher, which is exciting in a way because that means Mr. O'Donnell, who most of you have had, will be back with you to close out the school year. So that part I'm excited for you for. The part I'm bummed out about is that I don't get to enjoy being your teacher through the last month of the school year. So because this is my last week, we're going to do things a little different and do an activity called Rose, Bud, and Thorn. And in it, you get to share your favorite thing about music so far this year, your thing you're looking forward to with music, and a thing that you probably could have done without in music. So let me explain. You guys have all seen roses. They're very fancy, elegant flowers. They're beautiful, and they bloom, and they're often in bouquets, and they're gorgeous. So you could think of the rose as the best part. The best part, or the rose of 5th grade music is, and you get to fill in the blank. Then there's the bud. So a bud is, closed up. Hasn't quite bloomed yet. Those petals just aren't quite ready to open up into the actual flower. So the bud is what you're looking forward to. It's not happening quite yet, but it's going to happen. And that could be something you're looking forward to this school year with music, or maybe you have some fun music activities going on this summer. It could be something in the future, like an instrument you're hoping to learn to play or to get better at if you're in 5th grade band already. An activity you're hoping to do that involves music, not just like, I can't wait to play high school football. That is great. Play high school football if you want, but we're talking music. So what are you looking forward to that isn't quite blooming yet, but it's going to? And then the thorn. The thorn, or if you've ever grabbed a stem that's had thorns on it, that's the part you could have done without. If you grab onto that stem and there are thorns on it, it's going to hurt your hand. Maybe poke some holes in you. That's the part you're like, I could have done without that. This is an opportunity for you to respectfully, but also honestly share, because you are allowed to have opinions. You need to share them in a kind, respectful way, but I know as a teacher, you're not going to love every song or activity or just day of music class in general, and that's okay. So this is a chance for you to give me some good feedback. What is your thorn of 5th grade music up to this point? Because the school year is not over, but my time of being with you in the school year is. So, as an example, I'm going to share my rose, bud, and thorn for 5th grade music. Let's think. There's a lot of roses. I'm trying to think of my rose. If I had to come up with the best part of 5th grade music. Okay, so it's toward the end of the time that we were in person at school together, but that game that we did on a reward day, where you guys all stand in a circle and then I would choose a person to, start us off if they were clapping, and then everyone starts clapping and then they'd change their motions or whatever goofy thing they were doing, and then the person in the middle had to try to figure out who was starting it and making everyone else change. That was actually a really cool game that I have never seen before, and I wish that I would have thought of it or known about it, or just that we would have had more time to do it together. But I think that was my rose, because it was really creative, and it was cool to see you guys help me understand as a teacher this game that you were already familiar with. I thought you explained it well, and you did it well. You were really kind to each other as people were getting chosen and guessing who was changing, whatever motion we were doing. You did a really great job being kind and respectful, but also having a good time. So I think that's my rose memory for 5th grade music. my bud that hasn't bloomed yet, but it's going to. I'm excited to see what you do as sixth graders, because sixth grade, you guys are the top dogs. You're the oldest. And while that might make you feel like I'm tough, I'm the sixth grader of the building, that's a lot of responsibility. But I'm excited to see how you guys grow and all of the amazing things you accomplish as sixth graders. Your class is small. There's so many fewer fifth graders than, like sixth grade, for example. They have over 40 kids. And you guys are like 20. You have like half as much. But you're small but mighty. And I know that you guys are often being held accountable, like, don't do this, this is the consequence for doing this, which is good. That shows people love you and they care. But I know that you have a ton of heart. You care. You are great at having conversations. You are willing to try anything. And that is amazing. You're teachable. And as you go on in life past high school even, being teachable at any job or at any college or university you may choose to go to someday, it's going to take you really far. So my bud is just knowing how you're going to grow, how you're going to blossom. And then there is the thorn. What could I have done without in fifth grade music? What would it even be? I enjoy our class so much. What's something I could do without? I think probably just that it took being a little extra firm or some help from Mrs. Moore to get you guys reined in sometimes. Because, like, I'm not a person who likes to yell or make anyone feel small or sad. So just that it required, a little more like get with it with you guys sometimes to get you quiet and focused. So that would probably be my thorn, because I would never want to make a student feel small or unimportant. But I also know the importance of making sure you're following directions. So that you'll have that. If that's the worst thing for the entire school year up to May, I think we had a pretty good year. So now the assignment part of all of this. I want to know your rose, bud, and thorn for fifth grade music. And you can send that to me a multitude of ways. I don't mind if you just have your parent help you and you comment on this video, because it's going to be on the third floor Facebook page. It could be like a comment on Facebook. This is on YouTube. You can comment on YouTube. I get notifications when someone comments on videos, so that's fine. You can email it to me. You guys should all have my email. Your emails are set up if you have internet access. So email it to me. Or if you prefer writing things out by hand or don't have access to those different technology, those devices, then yeah, just write it out by hand and then turn it in on that drop-off pickup day that's coming on Monday, May 4th. It's coming up, so that's just for this week. I want 2 sentences each. So 2 sentences explaining what your rose is for fifth grade music, 2 more sentences explaining your bud for music, and then last 2 sentences explaining your thorn. That is the thing you could have done without in fifth grade music. So it's a total of 6 sentences. It's like a paragraph. I think as fifth graders, you're more than capable of doing 2 sentences each. Should be a piece of cake. Shouldn't take long at all. There are not wrong answers. You just have to think and tell me how you feel. So I am going to miss you guys because this is my last week, like I said. So starting Monday, May 4th, Mr. O'Donnell is back with you guys full time through the end of the school year. So I hope you have an amazing week, an amazing rest of your school year, and an amazing summer. I will think of you often. I can assure you of that. Goodbye, 5th grade.